Unmute. And welcome to Biscuit 10 RPG, everyone. I'm your host. I don't know. I should script these. The intros to this show should absolutely be scripted, but I will always lose the script somewhere on my computer and it'll never get done right. So we're just going to ad lib like we do every single time we start this thing. So here we are with the Red Runners. I don't have any updates to report that I'm excited about because there's a lot of just begrudging, like, waiting in the background for First Gate. So just know it's coming, and that's not going to sound good. There's nothing you can do to stop it. I need a timeout. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started with a recap of last week's game, which is in a new format. So you'll all be happy to know that the format has changed here uh, at Biscuit 10 RPG for recaps because I didn't want to write one. And someone did it for me. So, session 27, right between those cheeks. From the Diary of Izira. Oh, Jesus, I fucked that all the way up. Isira. Fashion choices were made. Unya nearly got the puppies killed, played games with a fish, and got a new tail. Issa made choices, good or bad is irrelevant. Riva got her new wife sword a fancy sheath, and Augustine got to have her first concert as a quote unquote new bard to the city. Oh, and Jean probably went off to scholar and probably trauma further. Something, something letter. Which is how we're going to start this session. So, one of the things that's always happened when a character has either died or, as we've seen fairly recently, made a deal with a specific individual, a letter is read in the form of, I guess you could call it a eulogy. So, Isildur's letter reads as follows. Hey, Finn. I'm hoping the 2 days of travel time has given you some time to not be mad about this, but if not, you're going to have to get past that. I know Phoenix always pay their debts, but fails don't. I'm hoping I'm reading this right because I'm not good with pronunciation. Don't let friends walk into their problems alone. And while, hey, that's worked really well for us since we've met, both our mindsets was going to bite us in the ass at some point. Rizel, of all people you could have gotten a favor out of that would have held a grudge, you managed fucking Rizel. I know you've been bragging about it since the day I met you, but god's damn it, why couldn't you have been full of shit just this once? This would have been a really good time to be full of shit, Errol. I'll concede some of this situation is absolutely my fault. We were supposed to be settled up with everyone before we left Yon Koth for good. Clearly, I missed one. And that one was good enough to get you into this mess. Maybe that's why I'm the one going instead of you. That last job. I can't let something else like that happen to you again. Not when I'm in a spot to fix it. When we first became partners, you swore to me on both our patrons that what happened with one of us happened to both. Debts, losses, good times, victories, all of it. Did you know at the time it was a binding enough swear that we could cover each other's favors? I sure as shit didn't, but I'm glad of it now. For the record, I still think you're the smartest dumbass I've ever or will ever meet. Rye fucking Zell, you grand overreaching idiot. Of all the favors you could have chose to just keep and not settle for the sake of a bragging right. It's fine. It's fine. I can do this. This is going to be fine. I'm guessing you've probably torn the lodge apart looking for the senders. So here's one of them back. Didn't want you to try and talk me out of it until I was far enough away that I couldn't change my mind. Think mail speed'll buy me 2 more days of you not trying that. But Errol, please, don't try. This is something I can do for you, and god's damn it, you are going to let me. Love you. Stay out of as much trouble as you are able, and I'll try and do the same. Issa. P.S. I shoved your crutch in the rafters. PPS. Also feed Chance. If he gets crotchety, he's gonna go for customers' eyes again. And to catch everyone up on what happened last session, the reason that letter was read is because Issa made a deal with Majin at the Well of Souls and found herself waking up on the shores of the endless sea, alone and cold. But we'll get back to that in a second. We're going to rewind a bit to about 4 hours prior. The entire party was just getting to the shores for the first time and ran into Amadon, who told them that they were officially invited, whether they wanted to be or not, to the Endless Spire and the King's Court. They were not told the specifics other than the fact that it's come as you are or dress to impress. Most of the party went off to dress to impress or do other heinous deeds by performing rituals that are so grisly that I can't believe I made such an item, and I will never apologize for it. May you live with the consequences of your choices, you sick bastards. But with that being said, Jean decided to go his own way, and that's where we're going to pick up. Jean, you have all the same details that they did. Is there anything that you planned on doing by yourself?
Jean is he's gonna do his normal thing of it's not quite brooding. There's because Jean's got just too much trauma he's dealing with. I'm not sure brooding is quite the right tone. But he's got to have his me time where he wanders around with little Sebastian kind of aimlessly.
Mm-hmm.
He'll snap out of it pretty quickly, realizing that he's a grimy little boy. He's basically wearing simple traveling clothes and a like a leather duster,
Mm-hmm.
and you know he's had this same outfit for a while. It's like, well, might as well freshen up. Um, don't exactly get much opportunity to be a snappy dresser.
All right.
So once Jean is kind of pulled himself out of his mini funk, he's gonna go looking for a clothier of some sort.
All right. So, as you snap out of your little Sebastian trance that you were wandering about with, give me a perception check.
16.
Okay. So, you very quickly realize that you're not in the city. You're not sure how you got here, but as you look around, you're starting to realize that this all seems very suspiciously familiar. Um, you'd had a vision of it not too long ago. Um, and you begin to look around, and as you turn around to kind of get your bearings and check where you are in regards to the city, you see the city or the lights from the city uh, in quite the distance. And as you turn around to see where you may have wandered out here in the wilderness, you see an obelisk.
Oh shit.
But there's something off about it. In your visions, the obelisk was glowing faintly and was seemingly held in check by some form of power. Um, that doesn't seem to be the case. It is neither glowing or doing anything other than, as you look at it, it looks like it's broken, and it's been broken for quite some time. You kind of look over it a little bit and you realize that there's no magic in this obelisk at all.
Yeah. Yeah, Jean can't just accept that this doom hanging over him is just no longer dooming. He is going to examine the daylights out of this here obelisk.
Okay. So how would
Uh,
you like to examine it? Would you like to use Arcana or Investigation?
Investigation, please.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check to see if you can figure out what happened to this.
22.
Okay. As you that's you notice pretty quickly that there are some scorch marks around the edges where parts of this obelisk were blasted off. Um, and they seem to be of magic in origin. Um, you're not quite sure with just straight investigation what exactly it is that broke this, but you know that it was a spell um, that ultimately did the telling blows of this. Um, and you can tell that it was done centuries ago.
The hell? Um, yeah. Jean is his brain's broken. He is befuddled, confounded. Um, Something that he thought was a imminent and unstoppable threat seems to have been defeated before he was born, and he can't make heads or tails of what he's supposed to do now. Because what the fuck?
Give me a wisdom check.
Straight wisdom 13.
Okay. So you're starting to realize that you were kind of lost until this obelisk had popped up. You were kind of wandering aimlessly looking for answers. You found some here and there, but you had ultimately kind of lost purpose. And the only thing that kept driving you on was this impending doom that you were foretold about that had destroyed your home, your plane of existence, where you came from. And it's not too far of a stretch to think that while the threat may have been real at some point, maybe this was all just an elaborate ruse to keep you going.
As this realization strikes Jean, he kind of just falls to his knees and you know stares at his hands, thinking about the choices he's made, the things that he's pushed himself to do to be here, realizing that he's spent an awful lot of time chasing ghosts and you know running from the pain of his past, and he needs to find a healthier target to fixate on because he's been alternating between losing himself in Sweet Little Sebastian or doom spiraling about various what's the pluralization of apocalypse? Apocalypti? I don't know. It's um so before giving in to despair, Jean decides that maybe he needs baby steps, something small to look forward to, instead of something to run screaming from or obsess over. And something small to look forward to. That sounds like a shopping trip to get some new duds. Little A little retail therapy is right up Jean's alley.
All
He needs
right.
to get the fuck out of here.
As you walk away, you you start walking back towards the city to kind of alleviate the stressors, the existential crisis, as it were, that seems to have been averted by merely never having been there in the first place. You turn as you walk back towards the city, you take one last look behind you, and the obelisk is gone. And you hear a whispered voice. It's the same voice as the one that had pulled you into a parallel dimension previously, and it just said, "It was the last thing I could do was to try to give you purpose. But I didn't want you to waste your life trying and failing like we did. You are on the right path, and your friends need you. Once you are done with this grand mission that you're on, we will help guide you to your next. Or feel free to take life into your own hands and finally live for once. Good luck, Jean."
Jean will take himself a deep breath and turn back towards the city to face what comes,
All right.
shoulders squared.
All right. You begin walking back to the city. It takes you about an hour to get there. Um, you were walking for quite a while, just aimlessly hanging out in little Sebastian's mind. Little Sebastian basically piloting you, being like, "This seems interesting. Let's go here." But this time, now kind of full faculties, your own control. You walk back into the yonder side of the city, and you are looking for threads of some sort. There are a couple of places that you know of that are on the yonder side. One of them is Kodiak's, and the other one is uh, Carl's Antiquities, Dubious Antiquities.
Um, I think Jean will he'd stop into like the first place he recognized
So,
and see if anything catches his eye.
yep. So the first place that you'll walk into is actually neither one of those shops. It's simply a general store, and next to it is a tailor shop. Um, it it appears that there's a woman walking to the front, and she is about to flip the sign, and she sees you kind of staring in at the clothes. She opens the door and says, "I was about to close, but can I help you?"
Yeah, my, my outfit's a little threadbare. I'm looking to zhuzh it up. I need something new
Uh,
for a new phase in my life.
okay,
Um, do, do you think you could help?
absolutely. We can make we can tailor anything that you'd like. We've got quite the selection. And since I don't have anything going on, uh, most of the other places are getting all the business today, it seems. Um, I can certainly get you set up. What kind of an event is it?
Oh, I have all the details. Let's be honest, I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention. I was just told that we were having a meeting and I could show up as I was, or I could come dressed to the nines. And I've had a whole lot going on, and I feel like the nines would be appropriate. Um, just make me look real fucking snazzy.
Okay.
Uh, let's I you know, let's do a montage. Let's see what we can figure out.
She simply goes, "Okay. With your permission, I'd like to take your measurements and we can work on something. Are you looking at?" And she waits for you to give your consent.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Let's
So
get
she
started.
holds up your arm and takes your shoulder length and your inseam and everything like that. And she's like, "Are you looking for more of a suit, a vestments? Are you looking for slightly snazzier traveler's clothes?" I assume since it's dressed to the nines, it would be, I don't know, a courtly affair. We've heard rumors that the king is throwing some sort of get together between everybody and the parties around the Shadelands.
Yes, that does. You know what? Now that you're saying that, I think that's what I've got going on. I'm. It's been a whole thing. Have you had a lot of experience with trauma? I've just been swimming in it, and I've been having a time. But what you're saying, that sounds right. Um, it's with with the king, and I do want to get like I'm trying to start a new phase in my life, so I want to get real fancy with it. I've been wearing these traveling clothes and this duster for a while. They are broken in, they're real comfy, but maybe not thematically appropriate. So,
Okay, well, I that sounds like a lot. How about here? You come in. I'll start working on this. And she snaps her fingers, and a cup of tea floats over to you. She says, "Have a seat. Take a load off. Seems like you could use this." And she
thank you.
walks
This
into
is
the back of
lovely.
the shop and pulls out some different fabrics. And she's like, "Okay, new phase in your life. Obviously, you're going from drab to something a little bit more. Look at me, correct?
Yes.
Okay, we'll make you the center of attention. Very well." And she puts together these different colors, and she's magically weaving the thread through the cloth and everything along those lines, and it's going very quickly. Uh, no mistakes made. Floating scissors and knives are cutting the fabric into the proper shape and everything. And she's like, "Perfect. All right." And she reaches into a drawer and pulls out. Hmm. No. No. And she looks at you and sees that you have this circlet on. She goes, "Okay, let's accent that." Okay. And she pulls out this pristine, gorgeous pigeon blood ruby and sets it into the center of this as a clasping brooch for the front top of the shirt. And it's got nice wingtips on the shirt. She pulls out a couple of why can't I think of words right now? Oh, that's right, because I'm in the middle of actually needing to think of words. Um, wh-
Cufflinks?
yes, thank you. Cufflinks. She pulls out a couple like very nice silver cufflinks, and so it takes her about an hour. As you're sitting there sipping tea, she's having a light conversation with you as she's focused on what she's doing. She introduces herself as Leliana, and she says, "Well, I don't necessarily have a lot of practice in trauma, as it were. I've lived a fairly easy life. Um, well, as easy as one can be growing up out in the wilds and coming to the city and adjusting. It's definitely a different vibe, but people here seem to like my craft, so it works." So she's kind of putting this together. She actually pulls up, and floating in the air next to her after about an hour is this fully tailored, perfectly fitting suit with kind of a blue black cloth of not felt, but a very soft material, but sturdy. So it's think of like a silk kind of shirt with a nice kind of blazer that goes over it with a the three buttons. Turns in basically a fantastic three-piece suit that shut up, I'm not doing that. I know I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna close this chat. but but it's accented, so this very blue black kind of understated but very nice outfit, complete with this pigeon blood ruby, um, that accents the kind of the centerpiece that focuses attention. If they're not already looking in your direction, it brings their eye to that, and then they take in the rest. Glorious as this outfit may be, it accents you perfectly. And she says, you know, it seems like you've had a rough time, and I know that I have had some rough times in the past. And I was helped when I had nothing. So if you let people know that I'm the one that tailored this, I will give it to you free of charge. And I hope that your
Oh,
journey takes you into a very positive direction.
oh, that is, you are too kind, and that is fantastic. I will spread your name far and wide. This suit is immaculate. One question: is there enough room for all of my knives? As Jean opens up his coat and his daggers that he's been slinging at people just start kind of floating around his head, like they're they might be my babies. It's I I need my knives. Will they fit inside the jacket? Is kind of an important thing for me.
One moment. As the suit's floating, she opens it up and she motions over to some fabric that comes over and kind of a little bit of leather here and like a light, like soft leather. And you see as the thread weaves in and out and in and out. And she goes, "How many knives do you have?"
10. One of them is special. Don't tell the others.
She smirks, looks at you, and then continues what she's doing. She's like, "I can fit 6."
I'll make it work. Um, you've been just absolutely incredible. Do you have something perhaps for my little friend? As he gestures up to little Sebastian, something small, even like a little tiny powdered wig, and then maybe like a little bit of makeup so I can put like a little like mole on upon his mandible. He needs to be fancy too.
I think I've got just the thing. And she turns around and she goes, "Oh, I found the solution to your other knives problem. If you're willing to forgo what is seen in some cultures as a bit taboo, um, it's made for women for protection, but you might find it to your advantage as well." And she pulls out uh, 4 what looks to be like specialized garters. And along the edges is where you can see that you can actually put it along your leg, uh, underneath the pants, or on an arm underneath of a shirt, where it will actually fit a dagger and actually allow you to hide them much better than you would trying to hide them in your pockets. That's one. But as for your friend there, I think I have something. And she reaches in, and you notice that behind the thing there's this cute little dollhouse. And she opens it up and she pulls out a little wig, and then she reaches in, and there's a little dark navy blue top hat. She goes, "Perhaps this will work." And she actually kind of connects it. She looks at Lil Sebastian's head. She said, "It's not going to be perfect, but as long as it's willing." She kind of hooks it onto what appears to be a headband of sorts. Um, and she just sets it down. Everything's connected. She goes, "Here you go."
It's perfect. I'm I'm stunned. He's my perfect little man, and now he's got a perfect little top hat. This this is the best day ever. This is yep. Um, you need me to do anything for you at all? Um, like you let me know because my goodness, you have absolutely knocked it out of the park.
She smiles and looks down and says, "Okay." If anything comes up where I could use the assistance of a knife-wielding telekinetic, I will let you know.
I will knife wield telekinetic the shit out of it if whatever you need done. I got you.
She kind of blushes and looks away and says, "I hope you have a wonderful time at the meeting or whatever it is."
Yes, I think I will. And yeah, let me squeeze into this knife holding contraption. Uh, gotta have my secret knives.
There's a changing room if you'd like one over there.
Jean's half undressed, like, oh, that's probably for the best. Let me just scoop this up real fast.
So you take your time, you get everything. Jesus Christ. Um, I did not close the chat and I'm paying for it. Um, so you change into your new fancy clothes and you're feeling high on life. You begin to kind of take that feeling, and at this point, you're kind of in thought. Um, but not the same brooding like blankness that you normally get from Lil Sebastian's static brain. You're kind of just taking in the sights of the city and wandering around, and you're not sure how, you're not sure why, you're just kind of following the vibe, and you end up back on the shoreline where you'd all come out. Only this time, you find Isira has just seemingly woken up on the shoreline. Uh, Completely, like, looks like she's cold but not wet. Kind of dazed and confused.
Isa? Or what are you doing out here?
Hmm. To be honest, Jean, I didn't expect you to remember me.
Oh. Oh. Wait. Did you die while I was gone? That I'd be embarrassed.
So would I.
Well, I'm not embarrassed that you died, but embarrassed that I wasn't there to help. Um, or is this a different thing?
It's a different thing.
Oh, okay.
And Issa's just hanging on to like a what looks like just a random stone, just white knuckled.
Do you do you want to talk about it?
No. Can you
That's fair.
can you message Augustine for me and just ask her to pick up my dress? They're not gonna remember me there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. 1 second.
Ring, ring, ring,
Augustine?
ring.
Yellow.
There's hold music. No, I'm kidding.
It's just her playing until she feels like she was willing to talk.
Yeah, music. Oh, gross.
Can I tell who's trying to connect with me with the spell, or is it going in blind?
So the way message works is as long as he's familiar with you, he can just send you the message, so you'll get it. And unless he's trying some sort of way to obfuscate who it's from, you'll recognize the source.
Okay.
At least that's how I play message.
So,
Normally, it's just words in your brain, but whatever.
Yes.
what is the message?
I'm just trying to establish contact to make sure you're not in the middle of something. So it's just you would perceive it as kind of like a knock at the door or somebody like you know
Knocking on the door of my
asking for
mind.
something, but it's mental. Yeah.
So John literally sends
Augustine like
knock knock.
Knock
sends
knock.
back.
Hello.
Augustine just sends back. Jean, is that you?
Yeah. So I'm here with Issa. Do you remember Issa?
Do I
Yes.
remember Issa?
Yes, you do.
Mm, yes. Why?
Okay.
Did she
I just
mysteriously die and come back and we were not
you know
aware
what?
of
I
it?
asked the same thing. No, it's a different thing. But apparently, she needs help with the dress shop because they won't remember her and she will need her clothes.
Yes,
So
I can pick those up, no problem.
delightful. We're down at the shore. I'm not sure where you're at. I just cast kind of a wide net and looking for the familiar mental shapes. I didn't catch where you were. Do you need us to meet up with you or what's up?
Am I in front of it's Kodiak's where I was
Yeah,
performing,
you
right? In
you
front of
would be in
Kodiak's?
front of Kodiak's right now, just kind of doing your song and dance, trying to get people to go into Kodiak's shop. All you see outside is just Kodiak, or maybe not Kodiak, just sitting there smirking at you as you're doing your little tune. And some people are kind of walking by. Most people are just dropping coins in front of you. There's a few people that are stopped and just watching.
So demeaning. Anyway,
I'm watching as well.
this
We're
hurts
back.
Augustine on a deep, deep level. I'm currently in front of Kodiak's. I am doing a performance. It was part of an agreement we had earlier. So if you two want to just come here, I don't know where Unya is. We still haven't seen her, but Riva is with me.
Mm, okay. Yep. I'll scoop up Issa and we'll get sorted and I can try to look for Unya. Um, I'm actually
No,
real surprised that I
no,
was able to find you, but
that's fine. You don't need to look for Unya.
okay.
The smell is getting a bit much, so the break from the smell is nice.
Okay. Well, that's horrifying. We'll see you in a few.
So as that connection gets severed, both of you make a perception check.
Both of who?
Issa and John. My apologies.
Ooh, strong 11.
Strong 20.
Damn. All right. Strangely enough, not even you caught this. Stepping out of seemingly nowhere, Ma Zhen walks up and says, "Oh, Jean, I didn't expect to see you here, but hello.
Hello.
Isilra, I believe I needed to finish making good on my deal. So I have what you need." Ma Zhen hands you a bottle. Inside this bottle appears to be a cloud. It is a red, kind of very opaque cloud. It seems to be roiling in the bottle. And they go, So that book that you got from the library, I assume you were looking for the ingredients to make this. But I've done the hard work for you as per our deal. All you need to do is open this up in his presence. And you will break the hold that is over him. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing this in the gala that's coming up, but it just so happens that I am a kind sort and I found some information that could be beneficial. Zale is actually on his way into the city right now and should be arriving within the next 30 minutes. And because of the ceasefire that's on right now, they are to go unmolested from the yonder side onto the Yon Kath side, I believe through the Black Span. So if you want to catch him before he makes it over that way, that's going to be the best time. How you do that is up to you, but I fulfilled my end of the bargain. And Majin looks over at you, Jean, and says, I apologize in advance. Now the rest of the deal takes place. Jean, you immediately forget who Issa is.
God damn it. Okay. Shit.
And with that, I'll leave you two at it. Have fun. And Majin just begins casually wandering away.
Imagine you blue freak. And Jean looks over and sees a stranger next to him. Oh, hello. Can I help you with something?
Not particularly. I believe we're
Oh.
both friends of Augustine.
Oh, yeah. Huh. Oh, yeah, I'm actually on my way to meet Augustine. Yeah, are you heading that way as well?
I find myself in a need to be in a hurry, so I suppose I am.
Well, okay. We can become acquainted over our mutual friend as we head that way. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't known Augustine a super long time, but I, well, I guess I wouldn't have mentioned every single person I know to somebody I've known for a few weeks. So,
He's 200
anywho,
years old. You would have some time to kill if that were happening. Yes.
yeah, you know how it is. And
I
Jean will proceed with some small talk as we wander through the town, talking about the weather and
How cute our respective familiars are, even though mine is an absolute freak biscuit.
oh,
Said
Jean
with utter affection,
noticed.
but still.
Jean noticed. It's like, my God. Will hyperfixate on the perfectly smooth-brained familiars. That's going to be a big topic of conversation on this little walkabout.
Before they go fully away from the shore, Issa's gonna hang back for just a second and just throw that rock as hard as fucking possible out into whatever the hell she just came out of.
Okay. You throw it into the endless sea.
I do.
Okay.
It's not gonna serve any better purpose for me now.
Hashtag trauma.
And this time it didn't happen to Jean. All right. Score
Somebody
one
else
for the
had to
big
take a turn.
guy.
That's called trauma transference. You're all welcome.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So small talk commences as you hurriedly go back to Kodiak, and now we've decided that his illusion is called Brodiac. Um, you make it there. Augustine is performing beautifully, I might add. By the time you all get there, there's actually a crowd gathered around. This kind of backfired on Kodiak because Kodiak didn't really remember much about Augustine, mostly because of recent events. But he thought maybe a minstrel playing in front of his store would bring in clientele, but it seems that the clientele is remaining outside the store and just listening to the music. Augustine, can you give me a performance check?
Oh no.
Absolutely, I can. My sheet. And because of the kind of, is that from Warlock? I think it's from Warlock. Yes, it is from the kind of Warlock I am, so I get advantage. Ha. That's gonna be a 38 with a natural 20.
Nice. All right, you are doing beautifully as I look for something specific because, there we go, maps. View my map, please. Jan Kath, thank you.
Are you my map?
Oh yeah.
Just
So as
imagining
you're
the map
playing,
from Dora the Explorer popping up.
nope,
Map,
nope, different
find the
map.
map.
So as you're playing, you see a familiar face in the crowd, a Blazavir, a half orc that you'd known previously and actually done business with, actually is fixated and just says, "Oh," and waits for your song, your current song, to finish and walks up and goes, "I would love to have you play at one of my parties. You must be new here. I've never heard such talent. I know I would remember it."
The fucking irony. Sorry.
Going around.
I'm very flattered. I'm so sorry. Offers her hand out. My name is Augustine.
"Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you." And he holds out his hand and shakes yours and says, "I'm Blazavir. I'm the owner of the Gilded Timepiece. I fix clockwork and timepieces, and it's been good to me. And I like to treat those that have talent with the gilded offerings that it deserves. And should you find yourself with some spare time after this, I'd love to have a chat with you and work out potentially a time for you to perform in one of my many halls throughout here, taverns, inns. Maybe we can work something out."
Yeah, I do have a friend who is coming to meet me. I feel like he was bringing someone with him, but I don't know. I'll speak with him quickly, but afterwards I would be more than happy to discuss it with you. I mean, how can I say no to someone who loves the arts as much as I do?
Of course. Take your time. I will. And he just goes, "Here's my address. Feel free to stop by anytime during business hours. Um, a pleasure, truly." And just so you're aware, you do remember Issa.
Oh, I do?
Yes.
Oh.
Riva,
Really?
Augustine, Issa, and Unya will all remember each other.
Currently, John's the only one out of the loop in
Yes.
this case.
I can't keep track of who remembers who at this rate.
If you've made a deal with Majin, you remember each other.
Made a deal with Majin or died.
Tomato, potato.
Shut up.
No, that's not how this works.
Uh-huh.
August,
Anyway.
Augustine will take the address and kind of tuck it away and give a little curtsy, just like not a full curtsy, but like just a little one. Just it's a pleasure to meet you. I look forward to working together.
Of course. And he tosses 10 gold into whatever container that you may have in front of you. And actually
I
walks
feel
into
like
Kodiak's.
Augustine didn't initially have any form of container out, and it was like Riva had like slid over and like put something down because the coin was just going on the ground.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just got like some
It was like,
hat.
this is getting ridiculous. We gotta hem this in.
Just put my
the,
bag on the ground.
the entire time the sword's like, "Wow, if only she could put her talents towards being strong."
No, each of us have our own things that we're good at. Hers is being good at music, and mine's good at being strong.
That's right.
Right now, her job is being good at making money.
All right. So about 10-15 minutes go by and you both show up. Jean, unfortunately, being the only one out of the loop on who Issa is, everyone else just looking at Issa and going, "Yes."
Have
you-
you guys met my new friend Issa? She said she knows Augustine. So we
John, you
walked
know
here
Issa.
together.
What are you talking about?
No.
Yeah.
We don't have time for this. I
Issa,
am
did
in
you
a time
die?
crunch.
Did we again? So I
Issa.
know this person, but we're starting from zero. I know
Yeah.
nothing about her, and
I mean, we barely like departed. You weren't gone for very long. How'd you die?
I'm a little insulted that everyone thinks that the only reason this happened is because I died.
You didn't. It would be silly if you went to deal with Majin. I mean,
I
oh,
honestly did
come on.
not think that you would make a deal with Majin, but you didn't die, and considering I went through the same thing, I am assuming that you did.
We can talk about it later. I am actually on a time crunch to try and solve the fucky wuck that we did earlier, and I would appreciate some help if you guys have any time to spare.
Which
We did. What did we do?
which fucky work was it? We did quite a few at this point.
The one that you got really mad at me and called me a coward, and there was a whole fucking thing.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. The vampires
Trying
that you
really
decided
hard
to
to fix
trust.
that.
Yes, I remember this. She's stuck in my mind.
Yeah.
Well, decided to trust my clone sister, who was a vampire, and
Yeah.
Mm.
yeah,
I'm not
I remember
her
this.
at the moment. She is my different set of problems. Have a chance to maybe save the kid.
The
Would
kid, you
be
mean the
really cool if we
noble?
could go do that.
Like the guy? Or Zale? Or is it someone else?
Zale.
Okay,
The one we left
right.
because
Is she going to be
it
there?
was not a
Oop, sorry. Issa, you're freezing up a little bit. Sorry, just in case
Hmm.
you were freezing up a little bit. It may have been on my end though. Okay, so just to recap, there's a potential to save Zale. You were aware that your buddy, where's that thing? Frankie was in danger as well. I believe. Yep, Frankie Bartholomew Franklin was cursed unwittingly by Augustine, and Majin did say that as part of the deal that would be taken care of.
yes. The part I am focusing on right now is the part that has a time crunch because I can go beat stupid into my nephew at any point,
So is it
provided he
just
remembers me. Otherwise, I just get to hit children for no reason whatsoever. Augustine,
uh
shut up.
so we're going to try to save Zale. Where is he coming from, or where is he going? Do we know?
He is heading from yonder to Yonkath. He has a, I can only refer to it as a hall pass given the current treaty, and I'm just gonna hold up the bottle. I bust this in front of him or open it, whichever is more or less complicated, and it'll break the hold. Presuming everything actually goes correctly, which would be a first for all of us, to be perfectly honest.
Speak for yourself. I swear, every time we have a generalized conversation, you include me in things that I do not agree on.
Well, I will say,
Continue.
Augustine, you were one of the people who trusted Mazabeth, and then also you're actually the person that offered the deal with her. So I wouldn't say you
Mhm.
were not complicit in the whole thing.
Also,
No, but
as far as plans going well, how's your career going? Do you still have a room in this place? Like, are you homeless like the rest of us functionally right now?
I make calculated moves, and giving up my fame. DM, shut up.
No.
Giving up my fame for my brother was a very small price to pay comparatively. But there are many things that have gone my way.
So
You are tactically ignoring that you are also functionally homeless because your key to the city no longer works here.
I'm
That's
gonna
for someone else.
And
I'm gonna call
I
DM
have
privilege.
expensive savings.
No.
That's a sick burn. I'll shut up now.
if I can afford
All of
rooms
my
for all
plans
of
go
us,
great. You are
I don't need
homeless.
all of
Shut
them.
up.
And she
So
didn't say
dumb.
all of her plans went great. She's saying that things don't go wrong for her constantly.
Since you have been with this group, do you really want to say that that's going great for you? This is
Then
a
maybe
six
I
of
should
one, half
remove
dozen of the
myself.
other right now.
No.
Perhaps I should just remove
All
myself
right,
since you all clearly are ruining my life, as you so aptly put it.
let's calm
But I'm still
down.
standing here.
I appreciate you're here, and I don't think you should leave. Issa,
I
what are we?
appreciate that Riva is currently being the calm one of this fucking group.
we all have plans sometimes, and they don't always go right. You know, I know this. I jump off tower and I don't live. It happens, all right?
I jumped
So
off tower and I don't live. Yes, correct.
yes,
Okay,
it
so
Way
does
to sum
happen.
that up.
while this conversation is going on, I need all of you to make a perception check. Riva, you're going to be at disadvantage because as this is happening, you have a voice in your head that just simply says, it's the sword saying, no, don't get in the middle of this. Let him duke it out.
It's a 16.
Unnatural 20.
21.
Okay.
32.
All right. So you all see this, despite the prattling in your head, Riva. You also see it as well. You actually see Rizel, Zale, and two unknowns walking together up the street and about to turn the corner over towards the Black Span.
Can we please focus for like 10 minutes and then you can bitch duel?
Maybe stop talking and stop walking if you're so concerned with the time frame.
Sigmund.
Issa's gonna start walking. She at this point if Augustine follows.
I'm gonna walk up next to Issa and we're like, okay, what's the plan? We are going to walk up to the person we've wronged and just break this bottle in front of them and hope nothing goes wrong? Are you ready
I
to
mean,
fight that vampire general again?
At the moment I have the current advantage of the fact that none of them remember who the fuck I am.
Right.
It's all
They
I've got. I do
okay.
not have a plan. I am
It
just
doesn't
trying
start.
to fix things, and
All
I
right,
have no
but
plan.
think about it for half a second. What
Okay.
happens after we break the bottle?
I don't know.
Great. All right.
You
Do
get
I
to
have
hit
permission
something?
to start fighting if it doesn't go
Yes.
right? Okay, cool.
Please.
All right, I'm fine with this plan.
Issa's gonna look over at the sword and just be like, hypothetically speaking, how would you like to kill a vampire general today?
The sword telekinetically says into your head, Riva. She knows that I only talk to you, right? Like, she's not my type. But hypothetically
Yes.
speaking, tell her with the pointy end.
She said she would like to kill her at the pointy end, so I think she's in.
Cool.
Okay.
You in?
Where's Augustine and Jean in all this? Where are they both?
I'm literally yelling, "New guy, are you in?" to Jean.
Oh, right.
I'm not trying to explain any of this right now. It is not
And John's
worth it.
just like, yeah,
You want to kill Vampire General John? You know, the one we fought a while ago?
yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Let's
mean,
go for it. It
focus is
surely
honestly
it'll
more
go better
on.
the second time, right?
Surely. You know, we learn from our mistakes.
Okay,
The
so
focus on saving
Can I
Zale,
just.
but yes,
You're openly discussing enacting violence upon someone in the middle of a ceasefire where passage has been ensured safely for them to go through the city. Why don't you simply walk in front of them since they do not know who you are, drop it, let it explode or break or whatever, and deal with whatever happens after? They don't know who you are. I mean, it's a
Well,
very simple thing.
I
They
will
would
say,
recognize none
I
of
mean
us.
technically they don't know
Except
who you are right now either.
Jean. They would recognize Jean.
They wouldn't recognize you.
They might not.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do
recognize
you want
in
me
my
to
new
clean up your
clothes.
mess
I'm
as I've
asking
done
you
before?
to help with the mess.
So we're all just going to hold the bottle at the same time and walk in front of the. You're really not using logic here.
Really, somebody with a little bit more charisma than extract the pretty hot vampire lady while I take care of the rest of this.
Say please. It definitely
This
is
is gonna
meant to
seem
have that energy of, oh, you want my help? beg.
Oh.
This is genuinely going to sting probably as much as leaving Zale in the fucking first place. But Issa's gonna fucking commit to it. She is going to stop walking, drop straight to her knees, and Augustine, both hands up, please.
Augustine just reaches, taps the top of Issa's head. Next time, if you want to get into a pissing match, don't do it with a bod who holds grudges. I'll distract her. And we'll walk ahead of everyone else to
I should say
get ready
she
to work
almost-
her charm.
She won't remember any of you. She will remember me. I did die before we fought her,
Valid point.
so
But
I
backup?
can change how I look.
I guess backup's really handy. I don't know. Do you need grenades? Does anybody want grenades? I do technically have grenades. In case
Grenades, you
things go
say?
terribly wrong.
Well, I got all these knives. I don't have a single grenade. Would that? Could I have one?
Actually, now that I think about it, there's a couple of things that I actually need to send you, but I'll do that later. Yeah. He's just gonna hand him like 3 grenades. Just
Oh my. Issa,
is that too many?
no, you are my new best friend. I know we're like I'm meeting you again for the first time. This is I hate it every single time this happens. This is the worst. But there's something about you. You're all right. Giving me explosives. Get out of here. Get.
Just gonna 1,000-yard stare him. Just all right is certainly a word.
I
And she's gonna start walking after
come
Augustine
on. We're
to make sure that she's in
I'm
the right
trying to
spot.
have a little fun before we die. We're all really going through it. Let me be a little absurd and relieve some of the mental pressure.
She's already gone.
Little Sebastian understands. Little Sebastian nuzzles up against your cheek.
Little Sebastian
Favor's
understands the
probably
call
going
of the
to
void. He
going to
knows.
hover over and just like sit on his head. Just picking a horn, just like, no, I get it.
Okay. So, Augustine, you will make it up there first. Are you going to use stealth at all, or are you just going to walk up? And who are you going to approach first?
So Augustine is, I mean, it's not gonna be stealth so much as like she steps into like the pathway like a little bit behind them. Just like she's joining, like just like she's walking in that direction.
Okay.
And she will end up not like running after Rizel, but kind of coming to approach Rizel. And she is very much going to put on the oh god, how do I describe this? The young woman who can be easily corrupted vibe.
That'll do it.
Roll performance.
Hell yeah. Hold on.
That should be with advantage. Come on, that's easy.
Oh, it's
baked.
always with advantage. The type of warlock I have, or the type of patron I have, I always. Oh wait, no. Do I lose that or no?
No,
I mean,
it's
you
still the
still have
same.
I
both.
got. Okay.
It's
So
still the
yeah,
same
I always
subclass.
have
You're good.
advantage. Okay. Let's see. 15. I can't do math. Hold on, calculator.
I'm assuming that's a high number then.
Yes.
Purely
36.
optimistic.
36.
Okay, 36. Let's go ahead and all right. Yeah. So you actually catch not just Rizel's eye, but another one. The third one, whom you definitely don't recognize, just ignores you and continues walking next to Zale. But Rizel stops and turns, slightly cocks her head, looks and says, "Sister, I'll be right back. I've got to go take care of something." And she walks over to you and says, "What's a tasty treat like you doing on a dark street like this?"
Well, I mean, you meet the most interesting people on dark streets.
It's true. But while you are pretty, how are you in a fight?
Forgive me for seeming amused by your question, but do you not see the scars on my face?
Hmm.
I can more than take care of myself.
Oh, scars can dictate a survivor, but not a fighter.
I'm sorry, are you asking to go one-on-one with me so you can get a more personal look at what I can do?
If I had more time, perhaps. But color me intrigued. So while this conversation is happening, Issa, you managed to catch up. Obviously, they're a little distracted by what's going on over here, with the exception of the third one, who is just walking side by side with Zale,
Can
seemingly
I
paying the entire thing no mind.
can I say before Issa goes up, I cast protection from evil and good on her.
Okay.
Just a little, just in case something does go wrong.
Logistically.
Okay. I will roll to see if that's noticed. As you cast that spell, the third vampire stops and turns around and looks directly at you, Riva. Oh, I missed that body.
I bet you did.
What brings you here? Zale
Mm,
continues walking as if in a daze.
well, there's a big party, and I was invited.
Oh, you were
I'm sure you wouldn't
invited.
know, but you know.
I wouldn't know. I was invited by
Mm,
proxy.
yeah, I'm sure you were. They didn't probably send you an actual invite for you.
Oh, they
That would
did.
be kind of silly.
I've just been missing for a long time. We get invites all the time because of my dear sisters.
Yes. Well,
So, because of this interaction, Mazabeth is fully trained on you and ignoring this unknown person walking past her, who's just like, I assume just going like, what the hell? And just kind of like scurrying along, which is you, Issa. You
Yep.
continue walking forward. Jean is also walking around, but Mazabath looks over you and goes, oh, the one, oh, you were turned into bunny rabbits. Where's where's the rest of your friends? I know there were
Here and
more.
there.
they're off getting ready. They're coming too, of course. But
Why is it I can only remember Weird. Now, with that, you have about 20 seconds to decide what you're going to do,
Issa's
Issa.
falling into step right next to him, like clocking that he's just laser focused, because thralls. Just shoulder to shoulder walking next to him, and she's gonna pop the cork.
Okay. So, as you pop the cork, um, this smoke.
Hopefully we've made it like roughly around a corner or something, because
No,
I
you're
can't imagine
still
this
in the
is
middle of the bridge, just walking straight down.
ton of a.
So, you
Okay.
pop the cork, and this smoke pops out and envelopes Zale, who coughs for a second and turns to you as the smoke clears, but doesn't look directly at you, seemingly off in another world. You simply hear Zayla say out loud, okay, for my freedom I will. And then he blinks back into reality and just goes, oh, Isira, you're
I am so sorry. This is the best I could do.
You saved me. Well, kind of. I mean, we're
It's a bit
fine.
late.
And Zale turns around and goes, "Oh, it all makes sense now. Brought a third party. Oh well,
This wasn't something I could do myself, and I am sorry.
it's
But
okay.
it's what I could do.
I actually have exactly what's necessary, so I can make sure they stay in line." And Zale looks over and says, "Mazabeth, Q, Rizel, please come. Stop flirting. We have business, and you know that." Rizel literally looks at Augustine, looks back at Zale, looks at Augustine. Oh, dirty. I can respect that. I hope I see you again real soon. She winks at you with a flick of her tongue over her sharp tooth on the right hand side. She walks away and walks towards Zale and just goes, I was hoping I would have more time to get you to do what I wanted, but apparently you're protected now. Lucky day. Come on, sisters." Mazabeth simply looks at you all and goes, "So weird. Oh
Issa's
well."
gonna stare Rizel down as she walks past and just drop like a side of her cape to show that she's got a Vanta Black shield that she might need to recognize.
That's where that went.
Been
Oh
quite
well.
handy. Thank you.
After this party, I'll take joy in getting it back myself. She just looks you dead in the eye and say, "I don't know who you are. Don't be alone." Smirks and walks away.
She'd be pretty if she wasn't such a bitch.
This sword literally goes, ha ha ha. You can feel your sword drooling.
So you got to control yourself, right?
I don't have to control anything. We're bound, but that doesn't mean I can't look.
It's just that person in particular I truly hate. It's just like
Which one do you hate
the
more?
person.
That one or that one, as you feel it focused directly on Mazabeth?
Oh, that one, Nazareth. Oh,
You be careful around her. She's got powers.
she turned my entire party into rabbits. It was
Oh, those were her
well,
old
it was
powers.
funny, but it was
That was a wand.
I'm going to
Wand
kill
of
her one day.
rabbits.
I
Soon.
hope I'm the weapon you use.
What other weapon would I use?
That's the best answer I've gotten all day. Now, quick, let's go. Wherever that leads you. You have officially freed Zale from his captor and led him into whatever his price was that he had to pay for his freedom. So, broken. About 20 minutes later, a courier
Much less
walks
dirty
up
about
to
that.
you. And like as you're kind of like taking stock of what's happened, you're hanging on the black span. A courier walks up and says, "Hey, are you Issa? Which one of you is Issa? Isira? What? Okay. I was
Hi.
told to give you this and to say that Frankie is safe, but then was also told get rid of it as quickly as possible. Here you go.
Issa's putting on gloves.
It's wrapped up in a handkerchief."
I'm not trusting. This is a trust but verify.
Okay.
Thanks.
Cool. My job's done. I've been paid, and now I have a favor. And just kind of like dances back down the black span.
Cool.
Do you look at what's inside the handkerchief?
Let me double check something first. No, that is going directly into my bag because I did not prepare Remove Curse today.
Okay. All right. It seems that everyone has gotten their little side quest done. It looks like it's just a waiting game. You all have about 4 hours till dawn hits, and then you have that evening to make sure that you're prepared with everything and to meet at the Impossible Spire. So, what do you all do with the remaining time while you wait?
I want to go to Biscuits real quick.
Okay.
Biscuits.
You wander towards the other end of the Black Span. There are guards over there, obviously. Biscuit 10 is about 100 yards away from that side of the bridge, so it's not going to cause any issues to go there. As you approach, you see that there is a steam rising from a cooking pit inside the tent. And standing there is this kobold named Biscuit, completely unaware of your presence, very into what he's doing. Flipping a pan and throwing an egg on the top, and then putting potatoes in a bowl, and then grabbing what looks to be a very demonic horn and running it along a cheese grater. Ha! Man, making potions has never been so easy. But that's not where the soul is. Get over here. And he pulls out a dark vial and goes, ooh, there it is. Opens it up and pours what it looks to be a black Icarus vapor. It seems both gaseous and sludgy at the same time as it pours out of this vial into this dish. Couldn't think of what it was. Beaker! It's a beaker. Puts
Is
it over some
this
heat. Yep, go ahead.
is this a bad time? Should
Huh?
we come back?
No, no. Oh, new guests. Welcome. Who else is with Issa? If anybody.
I imagine I'm probably somewhere off. Probably like training or something. I'm
Okay,
probably
so
not
you
here.
wandered off. That's fine.
Yeah.
Right, clubbing it.
Jean would be with Issa, just trying to like force the memories to come back. He knows they won't, but he figures if he just spends a bunch of time with Issa trying to just nudge the memories back into place, everything will work out.
Okay. So as Biscuit looks up and goes, "Oh, new people. Oh, Jean, you brought me new customers. Thank you."
Yeah, of course. Anything for you, Biscuit.
I
Well,
know.
not anything. That I don't
Oh.
want to get into some sort of binding deal by shooting my mouth off. That's a figure of speech. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, have you met Issa?
Hello, Issa. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm preparing a
I hear
potion for one of my favorite clients. Or is it a client?
Oh.
Maybe I'm the client. I never can tell. Hi.
What's it for? Hi.
As is a potion. It's a new type of potion. It's good for the bad and bad for the good.
Fascinating.
You make it using demon souls.
See?
Huh?
Does that make it spicy?
Oh, this is I mean, I don't know, you don't really have to eat this stuff.
Hmm.
I can't eat either one of them. Doesn't do anything. But
Shame.
you can throw it at people. It doesn't matter. My friend will be here soon. As you're all kind of just sitting there conversing, you hear like a little wooden cane tapping the ground, and you hear like a oh, Biscuit, you got my potion ready for me? Ah. Just this old man wearing a tattered, broken robe and what appears to be Crocs. Although in this world, it doesn't make any sense. You've never seen these shoes. They look absurd. Oh, I put on my good footwear. And by that, I mean the stuff that I just found in the dumpster. Come on.
Can I please make a perception check and see if this is the same asshole we met in the Well of Souls?
You can roll an insight.
I will take insight.
Actually,
Because
yeah,
a
you can
14 doesn't do it.
use perception too. Just that was to discern the motive of this person, but yeah, you can roll perception to see if this is the right person.
Okay, if it's perception, that's a 25.
Okay, yes, this is the exact same person that was in the Well of Souls. The only thing different is the attire. Pays you no mind, just sits down, goes, "Did you make some of those Kraken fingers I like so much?" Biscuit goes, "Yes, I got the Kraken fingers. I've also got I've got your special order here too." "No, don't bring that out yet. We don't know who these people are. They might frown on it." "Whatever you say, boss." Puts this covered plate back into a pantry. "Oh, hello, youngins. You ever had a lithid brains?"
Not had the pleasure yet.
"It's the brain that you eat while it tries to eat you."
All I can think of is that soup that has like the live octopus. Same
Basically.
vibe?
Same vibe.
Cool.
Anyway,
That's something.
what did you need, Jean? Isira? Is that right?
Yes.
How can I help you? Welcome to my house of wares. And food. Mostly food. Mostly food. Nothing else.
As Biscuit is a bit of a whiz with creating things out of nothing, I actually had a question and possibly a thing for payment.
What do you need? I hear you know of my
She-
talents.
Some of them, yes.
He puts his foot
Um,
like awkwardly on top of the table, even though he's still standing on the ground. It's literally like above his head, like
So
he's
say,
doing
is
the
it
split.
Biscuit or is it the old guy? Because
No, it's
I'm
it's
going to
Biscuit.
use the Crockwardly pun if it's the old guy.
No, it's Biscuit.
All right.
He's like standing sideways, like he's just like this is what he was meant to do.
I'm going to show that I am in fact missing a pointy. So, played a fun new game. Did not go as well as I had hoped. I am looking for something to replace this.
Who did you play
And
the
you
game
see-
with?
If I am in fact
Teeth.
missing teeth, I believe you may know.
Just Biscuit slowly puts his foot back down and just kind of backs up and says, no one should play that game with him. It never goes well.
Did catch that actually, but
Yeah. Now you tell us, as Jean points to his own missing tooth.
I completely forgot that you were also missing one. This is going to be great for both of us.
You both lost? Did you get anything out of that experience? That guy's
I
out of
learned
his
not to play
mind.
teeth.
We got a black dragon turned into a toad and punted into another dimension, so
That was super helpful,
sort
by
of.
the way.
It was
Wait.
very helpful.
Another dimension. Did you happen to see what was in that dimension?
It had very catchy music.
Damn it! I'm so tired of him using my door.
Sorry?
Boss.
There'll be ingredients in there later, I guess?
Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No! Anyway, I'll get that fixed later, and I'm going to have to go after that toothy freak myself. I hate him. Jasper can eat a big oh, he would like to eat a big bowl of teeth. Boss, I'm going to need your help. I don't know what I can do, but I'll do what I can. Anyway, how can I help
Cut
you?
the act, Grandpa.
Oh, you want me to cut the act, do you? Very well. As you say this, and as he responds, this creaky old man stands up, and the seeming illusion wears off. It wasn't an illusion in the sense of, oh, you can see through it. It was a physical transformation. And standing before you is this slightly balding, very rotund man wearing a chef's apron and a chef's hat. Very well.
Pleasure to see you again, sir.
I was having fun. Anyway, Biscuit,
You can still have fun.
I will have fun. You, Mind Reader.
Yes. Yes, Chef?
I like you. You already know how to address me. Perfect. You and I are going to do great things.
Oh, okay.
Yep. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? He reaches into his bag and goes, I've got something just for you. You don't happen to be a warlock, do you? No, you don't have
No.
you don't have that on you. Let's see here. Let's see. Something that can be fun, something that can be great. Ah, here you go. Do you like it when people lie to you?
No.
Then I have the perfect item for you. And he reaches into nothing and pulls out of what appears to be nothing a candle. Here you are. Light this, and within 1 minute, ask a question. Anybody within the range of that candlelight, one person you can ask a question to, can speak no falsehoods to you. That is my gift to you for addressing me with the proper title. Biscuit!
Oh.
I'm going to go take care of your stupid problem. And if Jasper uses my door one more time, boss, I don't know how he keeps getting it. I moved it to the left. I said to the right. Ah! I forgot it was opposite day. The
This is
rotund
my
man
favorite
simply sets
topic
the
having
candle
good wisdom.
down on the table in front of you and goes, I've got business to take care of, and opens a door in the middle of the street, walks through and slams it shut, disappearing completely.
Sorry.
So,
At the risk of wearing out my welcome biscuit, I am in fact looking for a looks at John for a second. 2 teeth?
2 teeth?
I have, and she'll pull out that bag of powdered glass dragon that she has.
You have ingredients?
I do, and potentially payment. I don't know if this is going to be worth anything, and then she'll pull out the bundle that she was just given. But I was told to get rid of it, and you tend to do very fun things with things that people are supposed to get rid of.
So you set down this bundle, and then you set down the sack of the glass dust. Biscuit opens the satchel and looks at it and goes, "Oh, oh, you went there?
Yeah.
Master told me that you would go there, but I didn't believe him. And you fought them? Oh, that's the one that's stuck in the room.
Yep.
Not this
Yeah.
one. Oh, that one's, at least it's not this one. This one's a dickhead.
We know. Thank you. We did catch that.
So yes, I can definitely give you something to replace that. It won't be a real tooth, and there is a chance that it'll randomly disappear, but I can try. The reason why Jasper and I have a problem is because Jasper tried to hone in on my territory one time, and I said no. And he said, I'll play teeth for it. And I said no, because it's already my territory. And he was mad. So he started taking anyone that came into the space's teeth. And it's just a bitter rivalry. He found out where the treasure room is. And he just took things and put them out in the world.
That's very rude.
I mean,
I mean, it's fun, but it's rude.
the boss let him. I'm going to be honest with you. I think the boss is playing both sides.
Why would he do that?
Because he's out of
always
his
come out on
damn
top.
mind. It's one of the reasons I like him. Anyway, yeah.
Fair enough.
Do you want special teeth or do you just want teeth?
I was actually kind of hoping we could get something made out of that dust.
Oh, yeah, it'll take a little bit of time, but I can definitely do that.
All right.
What's this other thing right here?
I don't know. It was given to me by. I am fully assuming at this point because that is the nature of my life now. Majin, and it was from someone else. I was told to get rid of it,
Okay, so
and I haven't opened it, so I am just kind of
Biscuit
getting rid of it.
Biscuit opens it up and goes, weird. It's just a necklace. Huh.
I don't know if I have the time it would take to ritual cast Identify, but I'm willing to do that for this little kobold.
No, it's fine. There's nothing magical about it. But, it is cursed.
That tracks.
Where did you get this?
At what point? Because it's been through a couple of hands of people.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I can use this.
Is it appropriate payment for fun, shiny glass teeth?
I'll make you the teeth, but I don't want this. And Biscuit literally just throws it behind him into the rush.
Fair enough.
That's how you get rid of things, by the way. Anything goes down there, usually not seen again. Including people sometimes.
That doesn't surprise me.
I went down there once. That fish is funny.
Kind of a dick.
What?
Won't
No,
let
he's
you
a...
play with his whiskers.
Why would you... He's a patron.
And whiskers are fun.
Okay. Look, I have a healthy fear of my patron, all right? I'll talk shit all day because for some reason he allows it. But on other patrons, they're not so forgiving. But the point being,
I mean,
yes, I will have some new teeth for you. Do you want anything special about them, or do you just want them to be teeth?
John, do you have any opinions on the matter?
I'm happy with just teeth. The this whole thing has gotten wildly out of hand. If like if we get special teeth, how messed up are these teeth gonna be? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I always just meant like, did you want them pointier or anything like that?
Oh, I'll always take pointier, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying regular teeth that might be a little sharp.
Okay.
Maybe.
I don't enchant
Perhaps.
things except potions.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Oh,
and teeth aren't potions. I mean, that's just
Shit! He
science.
turns around and the stew that was behind him is boiling over, and this black viscous tar is coming out. He's like, ah! And he pulls it off and he puts a lid on. He goes, ah, demon soul ruined. And he
Sorry.
throws it behind him into the rush.
That's a place to put it, I
The, fu-
suppose.
the funny thing is he hates when I do that. It's why I can't go back.
Yeah, that checks out.
So, I will have teeth for you all in about. When do you need them?
It'd be fun to have them for the party, but it would be acceptable virtually any time, provided
Okay.
we don't die.
Yeah, absolutely. I will see what I can do. I can't guarantee they'll be ready for the party though.
That's fair.
You're going to the thing
That's
tomorrow.
perfectly
My
fine.
boss said that he's going. So,
Fun. Is it catering?
you do not want that. Oh man, I mean maybe you do.
I mean, for chaos purposes, yes, I do. But no, you are right. I probably don't.
Do you? Have you ever tried Dragonborn?
Feels
What-
vaguely
what do you mean
cannibalistic, but I'm
try?
not adverse.
Which one? I like your question. I got a white one. Just don't tell anybody. Shh. And he pulls out 2 kebabs
Mm,
on the house.
I am curious.
Issa's
What could it
taking a bite
hurt?
already.
What could it hurt? I promise
mean,
there's
it
nothing
definitely
hoopy
I
Doesn't
might
about
hurt
be
it.
a
allergic. I
dragonborn.
don't know. I'll try it. What if I'm allergic? What if I have another existential crisis? Yeah, it'll be fine. And Sean will just take the
Biscuit, this,
kibia.
Biscuit, this may be a silly question, but you might be about the right size. Do you, by any chance, have a bow tie that I could purchase?
A bow tie?
I'm just gonna point to the little hovering bunny.
You have a Buzz Bunny! Oh, I haven't seen one of those in ages! Yes, I have the
wanted to
perfect
look
one.
A little fancy.
Here you go. This one is a blue one, and it's got sparkles.
Thank you.
It's perfect.
I will give a piece of the Dragonborn to aforementioned Buzz Bunny.
The Buzz Bunny just looks at it.
I could order you to eat this.
Bzzz.
I'm not going to, but please understand that I could.
It hovers with its stinger suspiciously close to your neck. All right. So, you've both partaken of Dragonborn meat. If we did, in fact, do like solid alignments, you both would have shifted directly to evil. That's fucking horrifying. And I applaud it. That
Well,
being
then
said,
that's
we
sort of a
don't.
day.
Biscuit said it's a thing. That doesn't mean that it's the actual thing. So there's a
You're adorable.
whole bunch of curiosity in there.
Maybe one of them was actually chicken. You'll never know.
I'll never know, and I didn't ask, and that's on me.
And with that being said, Biscuit says he'll get you the teeth as soon as possible. They will not be ready before the party. You end up going. Is anybody got anything else they need to do for the evening before you settle in? Okay.
Augustine has to figure out where she's staying. Though I don't know because I mean the room is technically fully rented out to someone. The owner just doesn't can't put a face to the name, but I'm sure it's logged down.
I'm
Magic
sure
is
we could
hooky
find the
dooky.
room.
So yes, you have the key to the room, but your name is not attached to it. You can just for the sake of hand wavium, I will say that this is going to be the thing. They've already heard about you from Blazavir, who also owns this establishment, and told them to give you a discount. And that if you needed the assistance since you're new in town, that he doesn't know where the previous tenant went, but there is a room available that until you work out your details, he's paying for your room and board.
Perfect. Don't have to go through it, but I'd say she would probably have also gone to just talk with him to see about first performance, and she'd make it clear that well, she does have to go to this event first before
So
any performances because it's the next day.
right, so it's past business hours. Blazavir would not be available until the
Okay.
next day anyway, so it's fine.
Okay.
This was just something that was put ahead in case you ran into it. Would have been any of the inns whatsoever, but you went to the one that you were aware of, so that's how that happened. Basically, what happens is you all kind of retire for the night, and we're going to do a little bit of a time jump. You'll all be preparing for the next day. You've already gathered your attire, your upgraded vestments. Those of you that needed to attune to any new items of any sort are able to do so. And we will pick back up next week with you all heading towards the Impossible Spire, having Amadon picked you up and guiding you there. But that being said, now that we've committed heinous war crimes against Dragonborn, I hope you all have a wonderful night, everybody, and please join us tomorrow for City of Illumination when we inevitably, okay, I say we, but when Ox inevitably creates and causes more war crimes without
Kills
wanting
more
to.
friends.
Speaking
As
of
you
war
do.
crimes.
Bye. Good night, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye.